Well, it's nothing exciting besides getting robbed by the cops. All right, so me and my boy we took in his Cadillac Escalade across the border. I am Kojio Uno, also known as Kojio Akumu.
So how did you get your name? Can you give me the story behind that and what is the meaning?
It's Kojio. Originally, it's the Nightmare Kojio because I went to the Nightmare Factory after the Nightmare part. When I came to Japan, the Nightmare translates to Akumu. So I became Kojio Akumu. I have many nicknames out here. They call me the Tank. They call me the Ichigaya Nightmare. And then the Lucha version of me is called Kojio Uno.
What's the difference between Lucha Libre and American style wrestling?
The difference between Lucha Libre and American style wrestling is the acrobatics, the showsmanship. And in Lucha Libre, they're always showing off, walking the ropes, flippy floppy, doing these amazing things that I just can't do. But I admire it, as my favorite Lucha Libre wrestler was Rey Mysterio. And that's the reason why I wear a mask.
Tell me about how you got to Japan. What's the story there?
How did I get to Japan? That's an interesting story. All right, so I was invited to wrestle in Singapore Pro Wrestling. I went over to Singapore and I got asked to wrestle in Thailand. So I flew to Thailand. Then I came back to Singapore. Then I was asked to wrestle in Malaysia. Went to Malaysia, came back to Singapore, wrestled there. While I was there, I got asked by a Japanese wrestler who was also on the show if I would come to Japan because he loved my look. I said, all right. I came over, did a few shows, and then I was asked to stay. So I did a contract with one promotion, and then I went to another company, and right now I'm just freelancing.
What did you know about wrestling in Japan before you got here?
Well, they call it pro wrestling here in Japan, pro wrestling. I didn't know very much about it. I mean, I seen some stuff online, but I didn't know enough about it. So when I came to Japan, it was similar but different. There's a lot more striking, submission holds, chain wrestling. There's a lot of yelling and grunting. The whole flow of things is different compared to American wrestling. While here it's looked at more as a sport. In America, it's more storytelling.
What was the recruitment process like to come to Japan to wrestle?
Pretty much, he saw me wrestle. He saw me look. He liked me. He invited me over. I did my wrestling. He's like, all right, we want to keep you, so we're going to give you an entertainment visa. So that's what they gave me, the entertainment visa. I went away, wrestled in Asia for a little bit, and then I came back and wrestled full time. This is how things go most of the time. If you have never debuted in wrestling, then you need to try out here in Japan. If you already debuted somewhere in the world, then pretty much the process is they might invite you to some training just to see how your skills are. They want to see how you wrestle, if you got the fundamentals right. And if they feel comfortable with that, then they'll put you in a practice match or what they call a dojo match. If you do well at the dojo match, then they put you at the big show. And that's pretty much the process of that. The reason they do that because there be so many foreigners that come to Japan. They think they're top dog or whatever. Maybe they wrestle in America 10 matches under the belt per year. While here, they do it 1 to 2 matches every week. So they already got like over 100 matches by the end of the year. So when you got a foreigner only does like 10 matches a year, they're not as good as the Japanese wrestlers. So they kind of have to evaluate if you're worth putting on a bigger stage or are you going to embarrass them. So that's the process. You get here, you train, they like you move up to the dojo, then you move up to the main show. From beginner to experienced people, beginners, they have to go through these drills, learn all the moves. They do a bunch of bullshit I wouldn't do. I'm glad I'm not past that. Pretty much I look at it as like boot camp. They're always just making them do some crazy stuff. And then they wrestle.
So in wrestling, is there this senpai-kohai relationship? Is there that type of hierarchy?
That's correct. There's a senpai. They have the boss man, and you have the guy with the most. Pretty much pro wrestling goes by whoever's senior. The day you debut, So if someone debuted a year before me, they're above me. That's just how it works. No matter if I'm better than them or not, because they debuted before me, they're already above me. So we got this chain of who's in charge. For the most part, yeah, the new people who, like young boys, they call them, they just graduated to pro wrestling level. They're usually the ones that has to lead, maybe training, at least their warm-up exercises. They have to do all the cleaning, mopping, all that stuff. And once someone else comes up, then they're replaced with the new guy.
Was that something that you had to do?
No, I didn't have to do that. But luckily I did, because I already debuted a certain year before certain wrestlers. So that would automatically put me above them. And then again, there's age as well. If you're older, then that puts you above people. You do get some credit and respect, but then again, it comes to your wrestling skills then too. If your skills aren't up to par, that respect is lower,
What are your living arrangements like? Do you live in a dorm? Do they provide you with a place, or how does that work?
Living arrangements. Well, I pay for my own place. I have my own apartment. So, I mean, some people come through, depending on the situation, they might live at the dojo for their time being. If you're at a certain company, they put you in like, I don't want to say barracks, but they have their own living, share houses, I would say. They're usually around their dojos. But since I've been here, I've just been renting my own place because I want my privacy.
So do you belong to a dojo now?
I no longer belong to a dojo. I once wrestled for W.U.W. That's who I first started wrestling for, which is run by Amy Sakura. She's in AEW. And then it's Tamara for Heat Up. And other than that, I don't belong to a dojo now. I just freelance and wrestle for different companies. Right now, I'm primarily wrestling for W.U.W, or Underground Wrestling, and also A-Team Pro Wrestling.
So freelancing allows you more flexibility, and you like that better? You prefer it?
Pretty much. I make my own schedule. They offer me bookings, I either accept it or I don't. If I don't have a bookings, I reach out to the company to see if they have some space. So pretty much, yes, I control my schedule compared to working for a company. When they say you wrestle, unless you're injured.
Lucha Libre, of course, comes from Mexico. So just curious, have you ever wrestled there?
I actually wrestled one time in Mexico. When I was in El Paso, I went over the border, did a show, but it just got a little dangerous there, so I didn't go back. So maybe I was offered to wrestle there for Crash maybe 2 years ago, but I turned it down because I'm here in Japan. I like where I was at.
So you said you wrestled there. What was it like wrestling in Mexico?
Well, it's nothing exciting besides getting robbed by the cops. All right, so me and my boy, we took in his Cadillac Escalade across the border. We hit the dojo. And on the way to the dojo, we got pulled over by a cop. And me and him, we don't speak Spanish. He's like, "Oh, you speak any Spanish?" We said, "No, we don't speak any Spanish." He went, "You know how fast you were going?" I said, "Yeah, I was doing speed limit. I used cruise control." He said, No, I got you speeding. You're doing 10 over. I'm like, "No way we're doing 10 over." He said, "All right, well, we can go down to the police station." I'm like, No, we got somewhere to be." He said, "We make it simple. You give me some money, I'll let you go." I'm like, "What? How much money?" I don't have much money on me. He takes my wallet out of my hand and pulls all the cash out. Pesos. He took all the pesos and pocketed it and gave me my wallet back. He said, "All right, go." Yes. Maybe $100 US. Yeah. That's all I, because I don't take a lot of cash on me to begin with. So, and then same day on the way coming back, we went through a checkpoint, and he saw two foreigners in the vehicle in this fancy Escalade. They asked us to pull over. I was like, "What's going on, officer?" "Oh, you're speeding." I was like, "Oh, fuck, here we go again." He said, "Here, come out of the vehicle." He bring me to the back of the vehicle. He said, "Hey, we're going to take you to the station or you give us some money." I'm like, "What?" I was like, "For what? We're doing the speed limit." And so he put his hand on his gun. He said, "You're going to give me some money or we'll take you to the station." I'm like, "Fuck, I don't have any cash on me." So I go to my friend in the vehicle, like, "Hey, you got any money?" And he's just there crying. I'm like, "Why are you crying?" He's like, "Man, I'm trying to go to jail." I'm like, "Man, just give me some money." He gave me whatever he had. I don't even know how much it was. Gave it to the officer, and then they let us go. And after that, just had no interest in going back. Yeah, true story. I never expected it. That's what happened. This is in Juarez, Mexico.
So how was the show in Mexico?
I wish I had video of that show, but it was great. Their crowds always fill up the arena. It's like, I don't know, no matter how big it is, it's always full of people. And they're hyped, they're energized. So it's a great feeling. That really got me to want to push myself to be at these type of shows. Unlike Japan's a little different. We don't get the people cheering crazy, yelling and all that, blowing horns. They're quiet here. They clap. Maybe if you got a high moment, they might react, but it's not like Mexico and America crowd. So, I miss that sometimes, but I still enjoy it regardless. The fans here are great.
What does it take for a wrestler to be successful, and what types of things have you seen wrestlers do to try to be successful?
The crazy indie wrestlers that just do suicidal things just for attention, jumping off tops of buildings. My friend, he jumped off a bridge to somebody, jump off a house into somebody. It's just for the reels, Instagram, because everyone believes you need that viral video if you want to get with the big companies, So this mentality of some of these wrestlers, all you got to do is just be good at what you do,
What kind of adjustments did you find yourself making once you started wrestling in Japan?
Adjustments. The pace of wrestling. Some things they do here we don't really do in America, like just challenging each other. Who can hit the hardest? Slap the shit out of him, he slapped the shit out of me, and we just keep going till one guy breaks. People get energized, and when you think they're defeated and they go crazy on you. It's the pace. Like I said, in Japan, it's a lot more technical wrestling. The moves matter here. How clean they are, when they're sloppy, the fans see it. I think that, like I said, with the fans from America and here, the fans in America are yelling, screaming. So we're able to speak to each other in the ring. I'm like, hey, all right, go here. But here in Japan, it's so quiet, you can't do that. So you either go with the feel of things, or some people have it pre-planned.
Do things ever get personal? Do things ever go too far and get real?
I can't remember the guy's name, but we speak the match, we talk the match, we plan the match. When we're doing the match, I'm the bad guy, and he's the good guy. So he's throwing his little shine on me as the good guy on top of the bad guy. This guy starts kicking me. He's good at kicks. He starts kicking me as hard as he can, and that I'm supposed to no sell it. He's kicking the shit out of me. I'm limping. And I got so pissed off. I'm like, I can't wait till my turn. So, my turn to beat up on him. I slapped the shit out of him. And he goes and returns into me. And we got real at that moment. We're slapping the shit out of each other. At the end of the match, he said, oh, good fight. Good fight. I liked it. So I guess the respect was given there. Because I seen some foreigners cry about it and whine, oh, he's too stiff. Blah, blah, blah. But here, sometimes they like to challenge the foreigners, see how tough they are.
There's a lot of acrobatic type movements in Lucha Libre. Are these movements that you like to do?
I am capable of some of these movements. I don't walk on the ropes or anything like that, but I'm capable of throwing moonsaults, hurricanranas, head scissors, and certain lucha throws and such. But
sounds cool. What are those?
Hurricanrana. That's when the guy jumps up, wraps his legs around him, and tosses the guy. Head scissors just the opposite direction. Moonsault is pretty much a backflip.
So you're doing all these acrobatic movements. Have there ever been any injuries?
I never got injured wrestling. I mean, we get minor pulls and stuff like that, sprains, whatever, but I've never been injured.
So in Spanish, it's técnicos versus rudos, and in English, it's babyface versus heels. Can you talk a little bit about that and explain the difference?
All right. So babyface is your good guy. He's the one that people cheer for. People want to be like. The one that all the women buy gifts for. The one that people want to take pictures with. And then like me, I'm the bad guy. We're the reason the good guy looks good. Because we're doing our bad guy things. We're hurting them. We're cheating. We're causing drama with the crowd. Spitting on them, whatever. Just to make people pissed off. So they want to see the good guy beat up.
Okay, so you're the heel. Did you choose that, or how does it work?
All right, so the way it goes, I originally wanted to be a good guy. that superhero. As my favorite wrestler is Rey Mysterio. He's the good guy, famous luchador. And when I was making masks, my mask maker, he gave me a few masks. And I'm like, oh, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool. And then I received a mask like this. This is a newer version of it. And I wore it around my fellow wrestlers. And they're like, that's a better mask. That's a good mask. I'm like, it's like a heel mask. I don't want to be a heel. He said, no, do it, man. That's badass. I'm like, okay. So I wore the mask and just adapted to being the bad guy. And I mean, I actually enjoy doing it. I'm kind of glad I did it. The influence for the mask is sort of from Ibushi. He's a Japanese wrestler. That's what I was told by the creator. But the whole outfit, the red and black, I'm a big comic book fan. So I adapted my look from the Red Hood. If you don't know what the Red Hood is, it's the Batman's Robin that died from the Joker and became an anti-hero. And then I like Venom before the movies and everything. So I added the texture all over my outfit. And the scary mask, like a Venom Red Hood combination. So that's pretty much the story behind my outfit.
Tell me, what happens when you put your mask on?
Oh, I like that part. See, whenever I throw my mask on, I become Kojio. Like character, growling, feeling strong. As anyone tell you, when they see me, then they see Kojio, they can't believe it's the same person. When my mask is on, I start growling. Ah! That's kind of what I do, get in character, get angry, and then when my music hits, I'm just a different person. It's weird. Maybe other luchadors, other wrestlers that wear masks can say the same. We just feel like we're someone else when we're in there.
What do you think about when you wrestle?
Pretty much, it depends on the style of match. If it's a choreographed match, we're thinking about the next move. Well, oh, what's next? If he fuck up, we gotta get back to the right spot. That's pretty much just the match. That's pretty much it. If it's planned, we try to keep it as it is. But if it's a freestyle match, I'm thinking about, all right, how am I going to have these people hate me? I mean, even in the planned matches, that happens too. We're outside. My thing is when I go outside, I walk. I got a cue on my song where it hits. Go, rah! I scare people, dropping their phones, all that. But it's pretty much, I'm thinking about how to entertain as well.
So you mentioned that some of the matches are freestyle. I was curious, how freestyle do they get? To what extent can you ad-lib? How does that work?
We know who's the good guy. We know who's the bad guy. There's usually a formula to the match. Normally, the good guy looks good first. And then I would do something to take control of the match. And then it's the bad guy beating on the good guy. So we pretty much got that formula in our head. So at some point, he'd tell, from my experience, just say from my point of view, I'm beating on the good guy. And I'd be like, all right, hit me, take control. And then I let them beat on me for a little bit. And somewhere, like, I'm a counter, and then I counter something. Because, like, we practice enough that certain moves you already know you can counter to. If they didn't hear me, I just take control. Boom, boom, put them on the ground or something. So we already got the flow of the match. We know who is going to win. And it's just making it from beginning to the end. So freestyle can be challenging depending on who it is. Like here in Japan, I don't do too much freestyle because we can't communicate as well. I'm not fluent in Japanese. So, but sometimes we go for the feel of things, and we can have a good match or we can have a shit match. But most of the time, it's planned. But if I'm with another foreigner that speaks English, we can easily make a smooth match.
What does Lucha Libre allow you to express?
Pro wrestling or Lucha Libre? Pro wrestling allows me to express myself in a different way I wasn't able to. Like, I'm outside of pro wrestling, I'm a nice guy. I do helpful things. I donate. I help people. I'm a nice guy. But when I'm pro wrestling, I get to be an asshole for fun. I get to let out some aggression, slap people, kick them, slam them. So it's just like a gym. It's just another way of relieving some stress, but having fun. As I think of pro wrestling, it's like when you're a kid and you're pretending to be Power Rangers or Ninja Turtles or something, fighting each other. It's like that, but we're adults, and it's a little more physical.
As a foreign wrestler, what do you bring to Japan?
I bring character. I have a unique look. No one in Japan has a look like me. They might wear a lucha mask with some stuff on it, but my look is very unique. I mean, of course, I pay some people who makes costumes for movies to make my outfit. So yeah, most pro wrestlers in Japan, a lot. I ain't gonna say most. A lot lack that character. Everyone just looks like just a wrestler. They got the trunks. They just have the pants. Some you can tell they're stars. Some is okay. He's good at wrestling. That's it. So me, I bring character. I'm not gonna say I'm the best wrestler, but I do a damn good job.
How did you develop your character?
Originally, I was going to use my military background and became this dark militant warrior that found a lucha mask and jumped into pro wrestling. But as I got to Japan, they kind of changed my character. They called me a monster. Oh no, act like a monster. So I had to water down some of the moves I had to do. I can't do certain moves because they want me to be the strong monster. So this is a weird thing. When I first came here, I wrestled for Choco Pro. And wow, I don't speak Japanese. They're not going to understand me. So maybe I should just growl. I'm going to be a monster. And then some Japanese guy would just translate some random shit. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. And then so I was doing this maybe for like the first 2 months. And I saw another foreigner come in. And he's talking. He's speaking English. I'm like, what the hell? I could have been speaking the entire time. So I kind of put myself in this little box, unable to speak English. Maybe sometimes I'll mumble out some English or a little bit Japanese, But now I brought back the Kojio Uno, the first version of myself. I now speak. I speak. Not Kojio Akumu don't speak. Kojio Uno speaks.
What impression do you want to make or legacy do you want to have as a foreign wrestler in Japan?
I never thought too much about that. I just know that I just want to be a name that people recognize, which I'm pretty much doing. I'm known and unknown at the same time. I mean, people hear Kojio. Oh, I know Kojio. I mean, it's funny. I went to the bar one time and they're like, oh, no people. And one of the girls, oh, Kojio. What? That's Kojio? So, oh, come on in. Well, yeah, but I just want my name remembered to Japan. If anything, I would like to continue the legacy of my character with someone else when I give up. So it'd be like just kind of Kojio Jr. or the second or something. Just make it something here in Japan. That's my goal.
So similar, but in terms of long-term goals, what would you like to achieve here in Japan?
Long-term goals. Well, right now, help promoting. So I would like to continue along that way, booking and, making shows. I would like to help coach down the road. If I get the money and so on, I might bring my own promotion, my own pro wrestling company and see where that goes. But I always want to be part of pro wrestling, whether I'm doing it or not.
Nice. So how would something like that work? What would you need to do those things to start your own company?
Well, it's not easy opening a business, but first you need a location, you need a ring. That's expensive all by itself. And then recruiting people to even be there. And I know that's hard because I was down in Thailand they open up a pro wrestling business, but it's hard to get recruits. Maybe it's hard there because pro wrestling is not big, but it's just seeing that point of view, I see how hard it can be. Especially you got to get your name known as well, respectable, so people want to go be trained by him. So it's a progress. So I mean that's gonna take a while for me to do. I think right now I'm gonna help produce shows. And then eventually, maybe I can head that direction.
What would you say is the hardest part of wrestling?
The pain. The pain. I mean, that's dealing with, you got to have a pain tolerance. You got to have a strong mind because that's why some people quit because of the pain. Believe me, there's times like, oh man, I can't do it today. pain. It's crazy people do this stuff. Um, there's many hard things, remembering moves. I mean, there's people, you got bad memory, you're going to have a bad time with some matches. Well, doing stuff, yelling, and trying to remember what's next, that could be hard sometimes. I mean, I used to have a bigger problem with it, but now I'm getting better at it because I'm used to certain spots, is to repeat it. Let's see. As a good guy, I don't play good guy too often, but making people like you, give a damn about you, make them care about you. That's the hard part. As a good guy or a bad guy, you want them to react to you. You want them to see you again, whether you're an asshole or not. I have people who like me, regardless how bad I am. So, I mean, that's the hard part. Getting fans, because that's how we make our money too. Merchandise, autographs, pictures. If no one's coming to get any of that from you, you're not doing too well.
Can you tell me about your very first show in Japan?
Well, Choco Pro. It's like a little classroom. Open windows, people standing outside watching, people inside around this brown mat. It's not very big. Maybe from there, a little wide, barely enough room. And we had to wrestle there on this brown mat. So I was in a tag match, and playing the match, I kept it very simple. I'm just going to be strong. No fancy moves, not too much technical. And I pretty much dominated most of the match. I mean, I didn't win. I was on the tag. We didn't win, but I made a good impression to the point that they wanted to keep me there. So it was new to me. I mean, communication was hard, but it pretty much like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And then we made it happen.
What was the most surprising thing about that day?
The most surprising thing about it, I never wrestled on a mat before like that. It's just like, it's not a ring. It's just a classroom brown mat.
So does the actual wrestling ring have any give to it?
It has a little absorption. It's not really much give. In the ring, there's a little absorption from the beams and the wood. That's about it. But it's not, people think it's a trampoline. No, it's not. It hurts. It hurts. You fall on it wrong, you're breaking something.
So that was your first show. What was your most challenging show?
My most challenging show, I would say, was the World Underground Wrestling. And it's not even a big show. It's like a small show at a pro wrestling store called Toduken. Yes, it's here in Japan. Pro wrestling store. Upstairs, small ring. And even though it was unique because it's all freestyle, it's very physical. Like, they're not really pulling too many punches and kicks. You're going at it, and the ropes are made of chain. So yeah, when you go on, it hurts. You might get scratched. That was challenging for me, to such a small ring, and to work in that space, get the people behind you, and go at it pretty hard. No plan, just go in there, wrestle. So I find that very challenging and fun. I think my other challenge, I just say, since we're talking about freestyling, is wrestling in Thailand for a company called Paradise Sports Entertainment, PSE. They started pro wrestling. They were wrestling in a club. And we wrestle 20-minute matches every day, 6 days a week. 20-minute matches. That takes a lot out of you. And then, so you can't really plan too much. You can have a little, I'm going to do this. But most of the time, just to keep people entertained for 20 minutes, that's not easy. So I always try to find ways. How can I get someone to be like, wow, how could I get them to keep looking? So that's hard. Just keeping attention.
So with the freestyle matches, how do you keep things straight in your head, such as like timing and everything like that?
Well, if you have a good referee, they're keeping time. They have a watch going. I've been referee before in the past. They have a watch going. We're like, all right, yeah, you got hey, it's 3 minutes in. Or sometimes, some places, most of Japan, they announce it over the speakers. Oh, it's been 5 minutes, 10 minutes, But a lot of other places, hopefully you have a good referee keeping track of time. Referee is important to the job too. Depends. Sometimes they earpiece, sometimes they don't. They're like, hey, you're 5 minutes in, you need to clean up or whatever, finish up, or they give us a warning.
So in the freestyle matches, is there a determined winner or not?
Yes, there's a determined winner. Normally we don't know until before the match. Hey, he's going over. That's how it go. Yeah, sometimes we don't know till the match is about to happen. So we just plan up until we know who's winning.
I know there's a lot of trash talking found in American wrestling. Is that also found here in Japan?
I'd say there's some shit talking, yeah, trash talking. I don't understand everything they're saying, but you can tell with the anger, yelling, slapping each other. You can tell there's trash talk going on, but do I know what they're saying? No. But I mean, even I trash talk at times. They probably don't know what I'm saying too, but they can feel the heat, the expressions and everything. So yeah, there's trash talk. There's people who don't like each other in this business. So some of it's real.
Can we hear some trash talk? Can you give us a sample?
Oh, okay. You want a sample? Okay. All right. Look at you behind that camera. You think you're big and bad. Well, you about to face Kojio Uno. And I do not play games. I will snap your neck and drink your blood. I am the one, the upper echelon, Kojio Uno. That's a simple promo. I gotta know a little bit about you to talk some real trash,
I was thinking about exits.
What do people misunderstand about wrestling? What are some myths?
Okay. Obviously, everyone say pro wrestling's fake. Or I've been called a fake fighter. This is the truth about pro wrestling, at least here in Japan, some of the US. A lot of these wrestlers are martial artists. They are Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighters. They're Taekwondo, karate. They have backgrounds in fighting. So people think they can just come up and fight one of these guys. Man, you're in for the wrong awakening. They will hurt you. But when it comes to wrestling, it's not all fake. Like I said, they're martial artists. When they apply a move, it's just a softer version of it. But they can snap your arm and shit too. This has happened with people who didn't like each other in the ring. So someone break someone's arm or whatever on purpose.
So it sounds like you've seen wrestlers take it too far where it got personal.
Yes, I have. I seen a guy snap some guy's arm from an arm bar.
Like he was supposed to stop.
They were supposed to stop. He snapped it. Yes. Yeah, they didn't get along. So I don't know what happened during the match to cause him to want to do that, but something that happens.
Has there ever been anyone that you sensed was taking it too far with you?
On purpose? No. I don't think so. But I mean, normally I hit back. If I get hit, I'm hitting back, but I never had anything spur out of control in my matches.
Is it easy to get disqualified or banned from the organization if someone does take it too far?
Yes, it really is. I mean, I can't talk for the biggest star of the company. Maybe they may warn him, but most people, if you're not a big star, they will probably boot you, because a lot of that's unacceptable, I think Japan has a history of wrestlers doing this kind of stuff, beating someone up on purposely bullying and stuff in the past. I don't know about now, but the history of pro wrestling, a lot of that happened.
Inside or outside the ring?
Inside, outside the ring, both ways, yeah.
Wow, anything in particular that you know of?
I can't remember a particular match. I might have to send that to you, but there's been many situations of a woman, big. I think it was one female match, bigger woman, older, was getting replaced by the younger, beautiful girl, and that older one snapped and broke the girl's face, beat her ass the whole match, and I don't know why they didn't stop the match. They didn't stop the match. They let them keep going, and eventually someone, she's beating the shit out of her, and they stopped the match.
Is it common to see men versus women wrestling in Japan?
Yes, there are, especially here in Japan. In America, not as much, but it happens. Here, I have fought women, mixed tag teams and stuff like that. I haven't had a one-on-one match with a woman. At least not here in Japan. In Thailand, yes, but here it's a mixed group. But yeah, I have fought with women. Some are pretty damn tough. I'm the one I fought. She's pretty damn strong too, because she picked me up and slammed me. So yeah, a good bunch of them. I didn't say all of them, but a good majority, yes.
So what are your reflections so far? How do you feel about your wrestling journey in Japan?
That's a good one. I feel there's a lot more to come. There's a lot more that needs to happen. Yeah, I've been having fun with wrestling. My first year of pro wrestling here, undefeated streak. My whole first year, I'm surprised that happened. But there's certain talents, certain level I want to fight, to help elevate me and my name. I also want to work for a bigger company. I mean, I don't have a problem with where I work now. I'm happy for the opportunities that's given to me, but I'm always wanting more. I want to wrestle for Noah Pro Wrestling, or wherever I can go, bigger level, more money, more recognition. That's where I want to be. But if I don't make it there, that's fine. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, So just to become a pro wrestler and to see different parts of the world doing it, that makes me happy. I'm okay with that.
What is Noah Pro Wrestling?
Noah Pro Wrestling is one of the top 5 pro wrestling companies in Japan.
And what would you like about being there?
The platform. You ever watch WWE? When they come out, the fireworks and the big screen, the lights. That's what I want. I want to just show my character a lot more in entrance and everything else. It's just better production. That's what it comes down to it. I want that. And I want people to feel my power,
All right. Is there anything else you would like to say?
Well, I'll say, first of all, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Kojio World, KOJIOWORLD. You can follow me on @ is Kojio_1. And I enjoy my life here in Japan. I look forward to what things to come. And I hope to see some of you at one of my shows. Follow my social media and keep track of it. Thank you for this interview. It was fun. I hope you learned something. I hope you became a new fan. For I am Kojio Uno. I'll see you soon.